Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing show. Mike and I are just tickled to death to be back. And, Mike, what about it?
I'm glad to be here. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I am. I'm tickled to death to be over here. And we've just been busy with work and everything else going on. So, yeah, we're absolutely tickled to death. Right quick, I can let you know, go ahead and let you know right now, next week, I got two things I got to tell you about. Next week, we're going to have the Campbell County Bass Club, High School Bass Club. Mm-hmm. Some of their members will be here on the show. The reason for that is because we want to try to promote and help these high school bass clubs as much as possible. And then the second reason is because Mike can't catch any fish and get any film.
Yeah.
So, you know, so we'll let the high school boys help us out and fill in for non-support or non-performance, I guess it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
all I can say is I'm glad I wasn't running for office too.
Yeah, I am too. Anyway,
election's over.
The election's over. It's
you won't have to aggravate. Won't have to aggravate Dad about it no more.
No. When I go down tomorrow evening, I'm going to ask him if he got that $50 back from you and Brad. Okay. Anyway, enough of election business. I'm glad it's over, and we'll just deal with it as we go on, and hope it works out for the benefit of the country. So we got the high school boys coming down next week from Campbell County, and I'm still working. I'm going to try to get another one or two in here before the end of the year or sometime in January, because their tournaments start next or in the spring. And then, like you heard from Midway last week, they got some this fall. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I said their tournaments. I'm going by. My grandson, Wesley, got a letter, applied to TSSAA, and he got the letter this week, and he's good to go. But they do have some things you got to do, and I thought it was great. They sent a letter. You got to keep his grades up. You can't be into any trouble, suspensions or what have you. And a couple other things. More or less, it's conduct yourself as should.
That's right.
And there's not a thing in the world wrong with that. So I was glad to get to see the letter, and so he's going to get started. They're having a meeting tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock at Coalfield High School, and they're going to get their fishing club started this spring. And so I've been begging for boat captains for these other schools, so now I guess I'm going to be one for Wesley. When I can, Mike, and then I'll put you in there when I can. Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah. All right, we got that settled. I'm glad to hear that. Anyway, we got, I don't know how much fishing film we've got stored back, but we're going to try to show as much of it tonight as we possibly can. And we'll show a segment, and we'll come to us and talk about it, and then we'll show something else and come to us, and Mike can fill us in. I think I've got a short trip with a guy I work with and his son, and you'll see that on there. We went to Norris there on Halloween night. I thought it was a horrible trip, but they were tickled to death because they caught a few fish. I missed several fish, but they really enjoyed themselves, and I'm so glad for that. That's what I'm supposed to do.
That's right.
Which, Mike, you don't do me that way. You always catch them before I get to them.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, you need to learn the proper etiquette for guiding, Mike. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Looks like we're getting a phone call.
I'll show you how to do it. That's it.
All right, here we go. Hello, caller.
Yeah.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Steve.
Yes, sir.
This is just Mike.
Yes, sir, Michael.
Hey, Ed, we went night before last and got into some big stripes. We caught a 35-pound rockfish, and you know the stripe were 2.5, 3 pounds a piece. And we went back tonight, and we got 12 largemouth, 5 or 6 up, 2.5 pounds a piece. We had one 3.5 and one over 4. And
man,
went on down. Yeah, we went on down to Caney about 4 dark to getting stripes again, and caught 10 or 12 of those, 2.5, 3 pounds. Biggest stripe I've ever seen.
God.
So that's two nights in a row we had a great night.
Okay. I was told that they were pulling watch bar hard. A guy told me this afternoon that he thought they was dropping it down, which I don't know about that. And then with a Tennessee ball game left to play, but they could. Is water going down?
4 inches a day.
4 inches a day. Okay, 10-4. All right, that kind of answers the question. But man, that sounds good. Caught the bass and the stripers yesterday and the bass today.
Yeah, and stripe too. That's the way we went down right in front of Caney Creek and caught done the stripe out there right before that.
Mm-hmm. Boy, Michael, I've been waiting on that phone call for a month and a half now. I can finally take those kids there at the church, and it's been after me to go fishing, so I'll get them rounded up here and get them down there.
Yeah, I bet it, guy. And one more thing, they're pulling the water, but they ain't pulling it during the day.
Uh-huh.
They're dropping it at night sometime, but during the day you can't tell it. You just sit there. They ain't no water being pulled at all. We fished today between 2:30 and 5:30, and we caught, I guess, the 12 largemouth and the 12 or 15 stripe, whatever it was, but in that span of time.
Uh-huh. Okay.
We caught the bass in anywhere between 2 and 5 foot of water.
Yeah. Do you think in the evening is better, or should the man be there early?
Oh, the evening set, well, that's from 2 to dark, and they didn't let up at all.
Well, that's great.
We caught all the bass in one little old neck of a slough.
Well, man, that sounds good. Hey, Michael,
they've got the minnows pushed all the way back in the back, and you just follow them, and you got it.
Right, buddy, I really appreciate it. I'll get them 2 kids lined up and get them down there, and hopefully they can catch a bunch of them.
Yeah, I'll tell you exact slough on your telephone later.
I appreciate that, man. That sounds good. Hey, by the way, the East Tennessee Sportsmen's Association meeting will be this coming Tuesday. I made a boo-boo last week and announced it for this week, which that was the election. That was the wrong thing to do. So we're going to meet this coming Tuesday.
Yeah, he called up, buddy.
Okay, 10-4. That sounds good. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome, buddy.
All right, buddy. Man, that's a great fishing report. Sounds like they had 2 good days.
Yeah, sure does.
Yeah, don't believe them when they tell you that square bill won't catch them.
Well, okay, then. There you go. Yeah, that's a good. See you, buddy. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, he's done. He told us where to catch them and what to catch them on, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
So sounds good. I'm glad him and Eric's doing good. They finally got on them and got their fish got to biting, and they've been catching them. That's great. Folks, I hope if you've got some kids that want to have some fun and you want to teach them the right way to fish and that kind of thing, go down there and hunt those minnows, and they're out in the main channel and they're back in the pockets, and them fish are around the food. Mm-hmm. It's feeding time.
That's right.
All right, the fall feed, folks. Yep. It's on.
Frost is hit, so
the frost is hit, and the fish are coming on with it. I appreciate Michael calling in. He's been keeping me posted. I've called him 2 or 3 times. Says, them stripes got the bread. No, they ain't going yet. And I said, okay, keep me in mind. So he's found them and he's called me, and I appreciate that much. I really do. Let's see. We were talking about, the East Tennessee Sportsman's got that announcement made. The Campbell County High School Bass Club boys will be here next week, talking with Dawson Hembry and 4, 5, 6 of them. I don't know how many of them will come, but they're on the slate. I told him I'd let him know come Monday for sure, so I didn't see anything reason we couldn't go ahead and get them on here and that kind of thing. One more thing I've got on my sticky notes over here, corner lot trading. There in Rockwood, Gary Baisley he's sold all of his mulch and all the landscaping stuff that he had, and he is going into the recycling business, which he's got about 30 or 40 years of experience at that. Gary said he just missed it so bad that he had to get back into it, and you know, his phone number's on the screen. It's still under Corner Lot Trading, but I'll get that changed this week, and it'll be Rockwood Iron and Metal LLC. Same location, same phone number. Just in the next few weeks, they'll be taking metal and that kind of thing for recycling. So remember that. Like I said, Gary and his dad's been in that business a lot for a long time, and so Gary's going to get back into it. And so that'll be like I said, next week we'll have that up on the screen, the name change and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, it's at the same location. They're on the south end of Rockwood, and it's the last turn in there. You just, you know, right below the tennis court, turn right, go across the tracks, and it's on your left. It'd be to the right of you if you're looking there. But anyway, I'll have some film on that in the next day or two for the next show. But wish Gary all the luck in the world. He's a good sponsor, and want to keep him around as much as possible. So do remember that. And okay, Dylan, we ready to go to film? All right, buddy, let's have it.
Okay, Tony, how many we got in there? We've got 15 or 20 in there, I guess. Got some dandies in there, too. I mean, some dandy crappies. So, get you some minnows and get down here and get after them's all I can tell you, because they are biting a little bit. So we'll take them home and knock the hide off of them and have them for supper.
You gave it sound like a good day.
That sounds like a dandy, don't it?
Steve don't know what he missed out on, does he?
No, Steve won't know what he missed out on. So anyway, remember the sponsors, folks, and tell Steve, let's go fishing. All right, folks, there's your big old crappie. I'm down here on watch bar with Tony Gallagher, and he done got one there in the live well. I'm gonna put him another one in there. That's a dandy right there. And we're gonna put a few more minnows on here and see what we can do with these crappie today. Maybe we'll get a mess of them. Anyway, don't take many like that to make a good mess, does it? All right, stick with us and we'll see what we can come up with.
All right, back to us. That's all right. We got a little glitch there with the computer. He'll figure that out there in a minute and get us back on schedule here and get us the right film or get it in the right order there, and then we'll cut back to it whenever you get ready, Dylan. Okay. We're going to go to something here. We're working with Dylan. He's coming along. We're going to be all right. You know, we got all this stuff. We got a bloopers file. We'll just put it in the bloopers and go on with it. Ready, buddy? Hey, folks, I'm here at Reynolds Racing Marine, just looking at these two center consoles that Glenn's got in. They're express boats. This is a 24-foot express. It's got a 250 Merc on it, Pro XS, aluminum trailer, and man, you talking about a rig. There's room here for the whole family to fish. You know, it's got rod storage on both sides, tackle storage up and under the front deck, a big seat behind the steering wheel, one in front of the steering whel, rod holders on the center console, and just so on and so forth. This thing is huge, I'm telling you. It is nice. Like I said, you could take the whole family fishing on this boat and still have plenty of room. You could set chairs in the floor of this thing, at least two chairs of whatever kind you wanted to set in it up here in front of this console. So if you're interested in a big boat for the family, come by here and check this thing out. I tell you what, it is huge. And on an aluminum trailer, lighting the load up, and you know, these things are built really well. I mean, they're tough. Let me put it that way. Look at the cutaway he's got down here for this thing. That's an express bay boat. Come by down here at Reynolds Racing Marine, check it out. Okay, folks, this is another express bay boat, and it's a 20-footer. It's not equipped with an engine right now. I don't know if they just didn't put it on, or you can choose the engine that you want or whatever. But this is a 20-foot, same thing, set up the same way as the 24-footer. You know, got the center console, room for a chair in the front of it, the boarding ladder, aluminum trailer. These things are awful nice looking boats. And, you know, they got the textured inside. All you got to do is take a water hose, wash them out. There's no carpet in here. You know, just a little bit of water hose and you clean this thing up and it looks like new again. So check these things out, Reynolds Racing and Marine. Hey folks, at Reynolds Racing Marine, you also have the oldest side-by-sides, and man, this white one sitting up here on the dock sure is nice looking vehicle. It's only a 2-seater, but boy, it's pretty. You know, and you can see heavy-duty latches on the doors, steel frame doors, locking toolbox on the back. It's got a dump bed on it. I mean, and those wheels, yeah, hey, I don't have them kind of wheels on my truck. But get by here, check these side-by-sides out. I think you're really going to be impressed with what kind of options they've got on them and what they come with standard equipment compared to the competitors and that kind of thing. So remember, the oldest side-by-sides here at Reynolds Racing and Marine. All right. Hey, folks, Monday afternoon, we're here. The sun's just now setting. I got Larry Rowe and Dustin Rowe with me. And we've been planning a trip pretty much for the last month, and we just hadn't got hooked up till tonight. And we're going to try to trick or treat them, ain't we, Larry? Right. Yeah, we're going to give them some candy that's got a little stinger in it. But we're going to try to catch a few smallmouth here and get these guys on it. They've been, Dustin and Larry both been wiring them fish out their neck of the woods in a pond out there. And how many crappie did you catch the other day, Dustin? They're out of 69 crappie you had, ain't you? 29 keepers. Out of how many, was it 69 total you caught? And they was nice looking crappie too. And Larry, he's caught a few of them. So they've been farm pond fishing, and I got them up here on the lake. I just hope we can get them a smallmouth bite here shortly. What do you think about that now, Dustin?
That's a nice one there.
Huh? That's our first fish, folks. I got to get Larry and Dustin on the fish, and we'll all be happy.
Yeah, buddy.
What do you think, bud?
That's a good one.
Back in the water. He's gone. Come on. All right, folks, we got a fish on here. Dustin's got his first fish. Good job. Pretty picture of him, buddy. Yeah, boy. Put him in the net, Larry Rowe. Oh, yeah, man. Great job. Good, guys. That is good. That's all I wanted right there, is you boys catch a fish.
Second smallmouth I ever caught.
Yeah. Let's don't let it be your last one. Huh? I got to have some help here, man. Yeah, he'll come out. The hook's probably got him in the net. All right. I'll cut the camera off, help you get him off, get him out of that dip net, and we'll get back to business. You see that net's got, there you go. You got him right there, old buddy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, pretty fish, man. Turn him around sideways just a little bit. There you go, just like that, old boy. Hey, great job, Dustin. Folks, he says that's the second smallmouth he's ever caught. So, like I said, I hope that ain't his last. He's going to get another one right here on the next cast. Good job, buddy. All right, let's get at it. All right, here, Larry. Yeah, Dustin got another fish on here, folks.
Hard to say. He's got on there for a minute.
No, bring him on up, son. Oh, yeah, pretty smallmouth. There you go, boys. Oh, man. Yeah, he got rid of it right in the net, didn't he? Good deal, buddy. All right. That's great, man. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, that's one of them pretty ones.
Pretty ones right there, buddy. Good job, Dustin. All right, man. Good deal.
Need about 10 more just like that.
All right, we fixing to get them. Good job, buddy. All right, folks, Dustin's got another fish back there. I've had two on and let them both get off. Couldn't get them on film, but he got his in. That's what counts. Attaboy, hold the fish up like that and then jig right beside him, man. Copper crawl, he said. All right, but let's get after it again. All right, old Larry Rose got him a little old smallmouth now, folks. Good deal, Larry. Put him back, get you another one. That's a good deal. All right. We've been waiting on that for a few hours. Now maybe we can, yeah, that's what I thought.
It's just a little.
Yeah. All right, Dustin's got another little smallie back there. Good job. He changed jigs and caught him on about the first or second cast. Good deal. Let's get on it. All right, folks. There we have got a good fish now. Yeah, buddy, that's a dandy. Let me get my light off of it so it don't get so much glare. Yeah, boy. That is a good one. All right, boys, let's get that back in the water. Catch us another right quick. Because we fixing to go to the house. Back. Okay, Mike. Like I said, I had Larry and his son there with me, and we caught a few fish. I had 3 or 4 fish to jump off and everything, but we basically were doing them the same way we've been doing them, just on jigs and that kind of thing. I was just glad to get to see those guys catch a couple of fish, and Larry finally got him one, and we kept swapping around on baits up there trying to figure out what they wanted. And it was kind of dark. There wasn't no moon. It was a crescent moon, but it was a little bit of cloud cover, and it was gone, in a heartbeat.
Yes.
So it was kind of dark, and had a few stars coming through the clouds here and there, thin clouds, but we kind of struggled, getting on the right bait. And same old thing, we pick one up here and pick one up there.
Yeah, sometimes you guess right and just hit the right thing. Sometimes it just takes all night of swapping baits to find, and sometimes it's just that little bitty change in it that makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, that definitely was the key to it, without a doubt. And like I said, we kind of quit a little early and got a little cool there, and so them guys had a pretty good little drive to get back home. So we kind of quit a little early. I don't know, it was about 2 o'clock, a little after 2. I guess we headed towards the boat ramp. I caught a good fish there off the end of Pilot Island, and I said, hey, we'll stay as long as you guys want to, or we'll go. And they said, well, we've had a good trip. We'd like to go on in. I said, all right. So we headed to the trailer. But I appreciate them going with me. And God's glad to get to take them. Really was. And they 2 good fishing partners, and hopefully we'll get back on a day trip here in a few days, and
you guys want to take a quick break?
see if we can catch some more. Yeah, if you want to take us to break, that'd be great.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Drownings are a leading cause of death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Always watch them in and around water. Properly fence all pools and stay away from drains. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more. Because you never know which pool safety step will save a life until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
Rodney and Kay Harback invite everyone to come on over to Rome Street Grill to experience a pleasant dining experience with them. Rodney knows how important it is to get folks back to work after lunch, so they have a speedy lunch at Rome Street Grill. They will get you in and get you out. Every day they have a special at lunch or order off the menu. So go visit the fine folks at Rome Street Grill. Call them at 865-285-6025. That's Rome Street Grill, across from Jerry Duncan Ford in Harriman. Call them at 865-285-6025.
All right, we're back, and gave me a minute to look some of the tournament things up, and everybody's wound up. We do have, like I said last week, we've got the Heartland fall schedule going for point 19, and as a matter of fact, they had their first tournament this past Saturday. And I think every other week for this month they're going to be up there. So at point 19, and I think there's a couple of more starting out this week, this coming Saturday. I think one at Watts Bar and another one at Norris. They usually have 4 or 5. I think, according to Doug, talking with him the week before last, he's got some people that were still trying to get their schedule worked out, so that'll be coming up. If you'll get online, you can find that Heartland Anglers and go through the divisions and get the schedule. But there is several that fish in the fall and into the early spring and that kind of thing, and get you a schedule of what's going on. All right. Hello.
Hello, Steve.
Hey, Ed. Good to hear from you, man.
How y'all doing?
Hey.
Listen,
Yep.
I think you mentioned it this past summer about they're going to do a bunch of work on the bridge piers up there at 33 Bridge. And
I can't.
Chuck told me that they're going to draw the lake down 30 feet below Winter Pool.
Well, let me tell you what. Okay, Ed, I know. I remember now that shed some light on what you're talking about. Let me tell you what I've heard. Due to the drought situation right now, they have kind of curtailed this pull down. I mean, they're going to have to. They have to release a little bit of water, Ed, to take care of the fish and all the the aquatic life downstream.
Right.
So they have to. They can't let the river dry up through there and between Norris and Milton Hill and on on down.
Right.
So they have to release a little water, but they're not generating like they were a month ago. Norris was on a good foot, 9/10 a day there for a while, but it's kind of slowed down, and that's that I heard this from a good source from TVA that was what was talked about, and I guess they've told it on the news by now or what have you. But they slowed the drawdown on these feeder lakes, and because of the drought situation, they don't want to get in trouble for water and that kind of thing. So now, you've heard something there. That's I,
He heard it from a TVA man, and they were talking about having to do some work on their pitch piers up there at 33 Bridge or something
yeah.
related to that. And that's going to take it 30 foot below what they normally do in the wintertime.
Well, that man.
Seems like Bill, you once said something about that.
I might have, I may have, but man, that's shucks. I haven't seen it that low in 20 years. Let me put it that way.
Well, ain't nothing but a mud puddle up there now.
Yeah, I agree.
That was the same way.
Yeah.
It's still like 15 foot being out to that winter ramp up there at 19. So
yeah. It's been 20 years since we used the winter ramp at point 19, and back back in the 70s we saw it lower, late 70s, early 70s. That lake was even lower than that. So I don't know what it'd be like if they drop it 30 foot below winter level, Ed.
That's where you talk about it. This guy was a TVA man or something.
Yeah.
A TWRA or somebody.
Well, all I've heard about was them kind of holding back on the water.
Well, they may change their plans because of the drought. They may have to.
Yeah.
But this is about about a month and a half ago when he told me that.
Huh. Well, I'm glad you let us know. I'll do some investigating in the next few days and try to have something next week on it if I can find out anything.
All right.
Make a few phone calls and see what people, see if they'll tell me. I don't know if can't be a big secret, so maybe they'll let it out whether that's not true or that's going to be. So I will check into it for sure. All right, Ed. Hey, appreciate you. Have you been fishing any?
No, I ain't been going much, just a time or two. I went up there to Douglas, and it's just bad. I couldn't even get a strike.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Shucks. Was you up there during
in the daytime?
Yeah. Okay. Any minnow activity on the surface?
No, and that's strange up there. They usually chase the minnows out of the water up there all the time.
Huh. Well. All right, man. That doesn't sound good. Douglas got a lot of fish in it, And I can't believe you didn't do any good. But hey, fishing's fishing.
Yeah.
All right, Ed. Good to hear from you, buddy.
Good. Okay. Good to talk to you. I'll see you.
All right. See you, Ed.
Okay.
Okay, buddy. All right. Check on the drawdown for Norse. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. I mean, they could dry that up there around that bridge. They could put it right there in the channel.
Yes, sir. You sure can.
Without a doubt. And so I guess it's very possible. But you were the one mentioned to me about the hole in the water, and I talked to some other people about that, and that was that just kind of was the plan with the dam releases and stuff through TVA, that they would only generate, cut back on the generating the water out and just use it, when they do drop it, use it for aquatic life downstream and hold all water it can.
Yeah. Put all the steam plants and the nuke plants and everything back to doing the generating and making electricity, and not use the dams as little as possible with this drought going on.
Right. Well, all that got to take care of their fish, Mike.
Yeah, you do. You got to have water to drink too.
That's right. Got to have our fish. Got to have, yes, sir, water to drink and the whole 9 yards. So that's.
Because I heard on the news that they was talking about Little River over there being.
Dry. I heard that. Yes, sir.
So.
And man, I tell you what, the wood there's the mount or the woods has been on fire for several weeks over on the New River side of Windrock there, and then as I come home this evening, it looked like it didn't like much being the top of the mountain on the back side, and smoke just up in the sky everywhere, 'cause we've been smelling smoke for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And so I hate that, you know. And what got my interest on that was all the deer hunters I've talked to, you know, that goes over and hunts. You know, it's done run the deer out,
Yeah.
pretty much, you know. So got a lot of that going on. So yeah, and you know now. Okay, man, got drought situation, and the leaves and trees are on fire, and no water to put it out with.
No water to put it out.
So we're kind of in the spot, you know, really, when you get to think about it. All right, we're going to go back to some film. Go ahead, Dylan. Okay, bud.
There's your big old crappie. I'm down here on Watch Bar with Tony Gallagher, and he done got one there in the live well. I'm going to put him another one in there. That's a dandy right there. And we're going to put a few more minnows on here and see what we can do with these crappie today. Maybe we'll get a mess of them. Anyway, don't take many like that to make a good mess, does it? All right, stick with us and we'll see what we can come up with. Okay, Tony, how many we got in there? We've got 15 or 20 in there, I guess. Got some dandies in there, too. I mean, some dandy crappie. So, get you some minnows and get down here and get after them, is all I can tell you, because they are biting a little bit. So we'll take them home and knock the hide off of them and have them for supper.
Yeah, sounds like a good day.
That sounds like a dandy, don't it?
Steve don't know what he missed out on, does he?
No, Steve won't know what he missed out on. So
What we're going
anyway,
to start doing is dropping that.
remember the sponsors, folks, and tell Steve, let's go fishing.
You know, like because I come by here on
Okay, folks, I'm down here on Wash Bar. Gonna try to catch a few crappie, so hang with us. It's Sunday, about 11:30 or so. We got in the water, got out here and see what we can do with them. Brought a couple dozen minnows. Maybe we can catch a few of these crappie, so hang with us and we'll see what we can do. One crappie. We'll get him unhooked and see if we can find another one in here somewhere. Steve said, remember the sponsors and let's go fishing. Yeah, there's the second crappie. About 18 foot deep. Down in the tree right there, if you can see it coming out here. That brush. Found it. I tell you what, that hook's doing a good job. All right. Got another one. Let's put him in the live well and see if we can get back and crazy thing. Yeah. Rode around there and found a crappie down there. It took a while, but we got another one. We put him in the box. See if we can get another minnow on here. We'll find another good crappie. All right. Some good minnows, I can say that, boy. Yeah. That's almost a sardine there. It sure is. Finally found another crappie down there. Good keeper. Good keeper. Well, Venture. All right. We'll put him back in here. Get another minnow on. Got another one. Another nice crappie. Real nice. Right. Let's see. Makes 5. They get a mess before the day's over with. Ah, there's another nice. There's nothing for the frying pan. They like that. Get a few more of them, we'll be all right. Yeah, real nice crappie. Little crappie. Don't think he'll measure either. Yep. No, he's 10 3/4. Get another minute, try it. He finally come out there. Yeah. Hung up in that tree there. Finally got him to come loose. I don't think he'll measure, but we'll try him and see. Lost his dang camera. Nope, he ain't gonna make it. Just ain't gonna make it. He's still a little short. Alright, we'll get back after him. See what we can do. Well, another little in here. There'll be plenty of them around. Thank you. Measure either. 1.5. Them the others. Don't know what that ain't gonna be a keeper either. No, ain't gonna make it either. Oh, damn mercy. Just stay after them. You're just too dang little. Plenty of fish. Ain't getting no size to them. Going the wrong kind there. Finally drug a good one out there. He's down there a little deeper, about 28 foot. So we'll drop him back in there and see if we can get another one. Appreciate it. Finally fooled around there and found another good crappie down there. They're still in here, it's just a matter of getting on them. Well, keep the camera straight. Anyway, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So we'll get our minnow back down there and try one more time before we go to the house. I'm gonna have to pack it in and take what I got. Sure caught a lot of crappie. Just wasn't much size to them. We'll have to get back down here after them. Water temperature's back down to 70 degrees. I think it's a little cooler than that this morning, but anyway, we're gonna have to get on in here and load up. It's getting dark. So maybe Steve will get a chance to catch a few before the week's out. Remember the sponsors, and let's go fishing.
All right, we're back, folks, and Mike, tell us about. I think we had a little blooper there. You thought the camera was off, and it's still on.
Yeah. Well, I thought I was going to drop right back in that tree and catch some more out of it, but didn't even get another bite out of it. You know, I was out there on another place there, and showing fish everywhere. They're going to catfish what they was.
Yeah.
Got off that and then moved over to a few other places. I caught a lot of fish. You know, Tony was talking about it there last week when he called in. Said, he ended up, 9, he said?
I think he said he caught a bunch and didn't have a keeper, wasn't it? Isn't that what he said?
He caught 9 or something, then went back and didn't have a keeper or something.
Yeah. Anyway, it's tough, he said.
Anyway, you know, I ended up with 9 that same day. Got down there and got water maybe a little after 12 or something, you know. And he's talking about, said, seeing me go down the lake. Well, I did, but, you know, went down the lake fishing. And but I got below Thief Neck, I didn't catch but little bitty ones. And anyway, got down there Sunday with Brad and tried them again. And man, we fished, I don't know, 6 foot to 45, 50 foot. And all we caught was short fish and bluegill and stuff. Brad finally caught one good crappie, 14 or better there. And he caught it 30, 35 foot. And, you know, we tried the rocks, the bluffs, we tried the structure, the trees, the stumps. You know, we catching fish, but it'd be mostly bluegill or small crappie. I don't know where the good crappie's at, but
yeah.
Right now, they just wasn't biting for us.
Spotty. They're just like everything else, Mike. You find them here today and they gone tomorrow, but
yeah, but you could, I could see them on the depth finder.
They wouldn't bite anything.
Wouldn't bite nothing.
Yeah. All right. Well,
that's what's buzzing. You know, when they won't bite a minute.
Yeah, I heard that. Okay. We got Phoenix tournament on Norris Lake, November the 12th at Point 19, presented by Phoenix Boats. It's a Norris Open, handled by a volunteer Bass Trail, James Knuckles, director. That'll be this coming Saturday there at Point 19, 100% payback. I think it's safe flight to 3 o'clock, something like that. So anyway, if you're interested in fishing that'll be up there at Point 19 this Saturday, Saturday morning. Sounds like it'd be a great day for it. And also, too, I showed you those boats there at Reynolds Racing and Marine. They're just, I was blown away. I mean, you talking about a barge.
Yeah, that Express.
That Express 24-footer right there, man. Like I said, you'd take the whole family on that thing, without a doubt. You can seat 2, 4, 5 people without any, that's just in padded seats, let alone if you want to put a couple of chairs in front of that center console, Mike.
I'd probably have one of them, but I ain't got nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
It's not that big.
I heard that. Yeah, man had to have a full-size basement to put one of them things in. Anyway, and mentioned that. A couple other things from Reynolds Racing Marine. Remember the winterization of your boat, folks. If you're not going to use it, if you done put it up, you might want to double check it and make sure there's no water where it's not supposed to be, and that kind of thing. You don't want to have any trouble. We had a gentleman here a while back talking about his sleeve back there in the back of his boat. He leaves his boat kind of on the, well, he does. He leaves it tied up at the dock, and it's on one of those floats.
Yeah.
And, it's out of the water, but you wouldn't think about needing to pull the plug. And it had a little bit of moisture back there in the sump, and cold weather, it pushed that brass sleeve right out of the fiberglass.
Yeah.
And just lucky that they found it when they did. So, but anyway, like if your boat's sitting outside, be covered up or whatever, it's still in the cold. So any moisture in there is going to turn to ice.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
When they put them sleeves in there, it's just a tube that's rolled over on one end, and they put a threaded rod through there with the head on the other end, and when they pull it, it just mashes the other end up and rolls it. There ain't a whole lot of holding it, but it, squeeze it in there so it don't take that much to push it out. And,
yeah.
Well, anyway, that ice can do wonders now.
Yeah, it sure will. So anyway, folks, remember that Reynolds Racing Marine be more than glad to check your boat out, winterize it, and that means pull the lower unit fluid and make sure there's not any water there, and inboard, outboards. If you've got a cracked cooling jacket, you've got water trapped in between that and the motor head and stuff, so if it freezes, you could crack a head,
yeah,
and that kind of thing. Just think about that
and blow them out. And
yeah,
put stuff in your gas and
yeah,
run your carburetors dry and all that. Really get them where you don't have no problem when you go back to using it.
That's exactly right, Mike. While you're out hunting and your boat's sitting there, make sure it's taken care of.
A few minutes, or 30 minutes to an hour of work checking everything out is better than 3 or 4 weeks of trying to get it fixed.
Yeah, or longer, and a lot of money. And another thing, too, they've got those 4-wheeler tires down there right now. I got a bunch of those on sale at Reynolds Racing Marine for you 4-wheeler owners and needing some tires. Check on that. Remember the rest of my sponsors, folks. I was at Tim's Tires last week. Warehouse is full of tires. They're moving them out, moving them in as fast as they can. But bad weather's coming on. If you need a set of tires, make sure you check with Tim down there to get that. Remember what I told you about the corner lot trading exchange to the Rockwood ornamentals, and we'll get that add up and get it corrected here in the next day or two. I just got to talk to Gary today. Citizens First Bank, Edgemore Outdoors. Want to thank Jim over at Edgemore for keeping those baits stocked up. And man, I got a nice spinning rod off of them the other day. Boy, I had an accident. I had one leaned up against the rod rack there on the wall, and I pulled the boat out, and when I come back, I don't know how it fell over, but there it laid, and I'd backed over it with the trailer, and so I had to replace it. And, I'm still I accused my wife of doing it, but she said she didn't do it, but I don't know.
She said you just used that as an excuse because you wanted a new rod.
No, I didn't use it as an excuse. It just happened. I couldn't believe it myself. I got out of the truck to walk back there to put the batteries on the charge, and I laid the rod under the trailer, and I said, man. So anyway, remember my sponsors, folks. I appreciate every one of them. Don't forget the meeting next Tuesday. This coming Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, Rome Street Grill. So on and so forth. Do let the sponsors know that you appreciate them sponsoring the show for us, and we'll try to have some better film here next week and have those high school boys here. We may not get to show it, but we're going to try to get some. Listen, God bless you. Have a safe week. We'll see you next week.
Okay.